Hey guys, Big Wheel Dog 82 in the soil, and today, you know when you have those pots that are just dried out no matter how much you water them because of the epic heat? Well, here's a little trick that I can do with some of my pots if they're small enough. Now, it's not a huge freaking ordeal to do, it just takes some patience because it's gonna take probably a day, maybe two. And if you have not fertilized along the way, this is a good time and an opportunity to go ahead and do so. So let's get into this. I hope this helps and we'll get this done. All right, now before we get started here, there's something that happened by an accident and I'm just too curious now to resist. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I know it's a little noisy here, but this is my strawberry pot. And you see I got strawberries in here. Yeah, that's fine. Right next to my other carrot. Somehow, I got a carrot seed that dropped in this pot. And today's the day I'm just saying, screw it. Let's pull it out and see what it looks like. Because it's not supposed to be here anyways. And I'm starting to get my strawberry runners all situated and such. So this has to go anyways. So let's go. Sorry for the noise, it's the damn compressor. Ready? Down and up. Here we go. Hey, not bad for an accidental carrot, man. Let's bang this off a little bit. Wow. For a carrot that I didn't mean to grow, I'll take that. All right, now as far as the fertilization portion of this goes, my preferred liquid organic fertilizer is of course AgroThrive's, and this time it's going to be the fruit and flower formula, just because we're mainly going to be doing strawberries, and there may be some other plants too that I might have to do this to as well. And anything that's left over I could just pour into my tomato bed, even though it doesn't need it, or I could put it on where my watermelon and cantaloupe are. But you know, it doesn't really matter. Oh yeah, I do have this potted tomato plant over here too that could use it, so maybe not my tomato bed. But anyways, AgroThrive is an awesome liquid fertilizer. It's organic and it comes in two varieties. I am an affiliate of AgroThrive, so there's going to be a link in the description where you can get a discount on it. Like I said, there's a whole lot of them out there. This is just my preferred method, and I typically will do it maybe once a month on my potted plants, maybe 2 times a month depending on how much water they're getting, either from rain, mostly rain, because when I have to water myself, then I usually keep that under control, but that's neither here nor there. So if you're in the need for a liquid fertilizer, which during this time of the year, you're probably better off doing it than the granular organic, I would go for the liquid. So it's just mine choice, and it's pretty easy to mix up. So let's go ahead and mix up a batch. All right, for this case, since I'm only doing a half of a canteen, this is like a 2.5 gallon canteen, and some of this is going to be soaking on some of these pots, so I kind of want it to be a little bit on the weak side. There's no sense in overdoing it right now, because once it's all moisturized, then I could worry about giving another small feeding that'll actually soak in and stay in. So for right now, we're just going to do maybe 2 half pumps on this. You can buy this as an addition to the bottles. It works, but it's kind of messy, but kind of not. So depending on what you want to do. So here we go. 2 half pumps. 1 and 2. And then usually what I'll do is just let it drip in. Now, if you're a little bit of a clean freak, you can get a tray, which I will do real quick. Actually, no, I won't, because here, I've already got some. This is basically the small version of what we're getting ready to do. So I've got some of the 10-20 trays, And I'm going to be taking my hanging pots, filling them with water, and then sitting them in just like you were inside the house, like when you were indoor growing, if you water from the bottom. Instead of this point, we're letting it stay in here until the entire soil mix is re-wet. We're only going to do a half of, maybe not quite half, maybe, I don't know. We're just estimating here. There's no real specific rhyme or reason. We're just doing it until we feel that's good. And all right, done. All right, so here we are. We're on the north side of my house, and the reason I picked the north side of my house is just because when I put down this tray with fertilizer in it, I don't really want it to bake in or cook off or dehydrate or whatever, and it just gives the plants a little bit of a break from all the heat that they've been dealing with. And I find that my plants just turn out better. I mean, it's probably just in my head, but anyways, this is the way I do it. So take one pot, put it in the tray, take the other pot in. Now we don't have to fill it all the way to the rim. What you want to do is just at least fill it up so that once it's soaked in, A, you'll be able to tell, and B, there's not going to have a whole lot left over. So let's go ahead and do this. And that should be plenty. Now, like I said, it's not the strongest solution in the world, but that's not the point. The point is, you see all that space around the rim of that pot? That tells me that that peat moss is dried out pretty well. And since there's compost in there, it will hold onto some moisture, and there's also coco coir to try to help rehydrate fast. But because there's a large amount of peat in there, it still takes a while for it to rehydrate once it's dried out to the point where it's starting to crack or pull away from the pots as bad as it is. So we'll leave this here for a couple of days and just let it slowly rehydrate itself. Now, what about our bigger pots? I can show you what I do with those. So when it comes to your bigger pots, and I can show you this one, which is a relatively decent pot. I'm not sure exactly how much soil it holds, but anyways, this is a 27-gallon tote. And since it's very, very hard to hydrate a bigger pot when it's a little bit too dry, instead of wasting all that water and still not getting the results that you're looking for, this is what I do. And it's exactly rinse and repeat of the smaller version. So first thing I'm going to do is take some more of the fertilizer that I had, and it's only because you might as well, if you're going to do this and have it soak for a while, you might as well have it be doing something. And the more of a flat level surface you have, the better. Also, the thinner your containers are, the more you can obviously fit in at one time. There are some pots that I have that I can fit 2 of them in at once. Let me straighten this up real quick. So we got the fertilizer in there. Now we're going to add the water. And again, I'm not really measuring how much water is going in. I really don't care. But what I will do is, we got water from the bottom now. Might as well put some water in the top. And yeah, I'm assuming a raccoon came and took out one of my celery here, because this whole thing was full. So like I said, I'm just watering it down, even though I know it's going straight through, probably not hydrating all that much, but that's about it. There's enough water in there that it should hydrate it all, and when I come back out here in a day or two, it should be still water in there, but it'll be about 2 times heavier. So if you've got pot, this will work for any pot. If you can pick it up and move it, and it's not something that you don't want to, like if you have potatoes and you have them in pots like I do, and you've got roots and stuff that's already grown into the ground outside of the pot, I'd say leave it alone. I've got a celery pot over there I may not do this with because I know for sure it's got roots down to the earth. So I may just have to do, repeated overhead waterings on that one just to make sure that it has enough moisture in there for those. Obviously they're not too bad because, they're still straight up and down. They're not limp, but I just know this pot's pretty dry and I just want to always keep it hydrated. So that's what I got. Soon I'll be doing those peas that are over there. I can't do it to the other pot of peas. That pot's just too heavy and too big to do. The fabric pot over here, I got tomatoes, which, look at those tomatoes, man. But this fabric pot here, I can't move that. That will fit in, and sometimes it helps, sometimes it doesn't. The fabric just wicks it up a little bit sooner, but it also just dries out faster. So give it a try. I hope this stuff helps. Oh, look at this. I love this trellis. And my watermelon and my cantaloupe are coming along. So there we go, guys. This time of year can be kind of rough, especially when you're getting these heat stretches of just horribly hot air. It's not good for you. Your plants don't enjoy it. Well, most plants don't enjoy it, and the soil certainly doesn't enjoy it. So if you wind up, you're in a situation similar to mine, in order to stop wasting the water that you're trying to hydrate with, just contain it. Take a lesson out of your plant starting method and just bottom water it. Find a container, stick it in, let it sit, let it stay however long it takes to hydrate that entire pot. It's a lot easier, a lot less fuss, and believe it or not, it lets your pots stay moist faster and longer than it would otherwise. So with that, Big Wheel Dog 82 in the soil, and I hope this helps. See you guys later. Bye.